ripped it.
I love Lake Huron, you know it? It's like you never fish for very long and you're catching fish.
So maybe fish for 10 minutes?
Yep. Hey guys, what you see in the background is, that's right, it's the Mackinaw Bridge, the Straits of Mackinaw. We're here out of the port of Mackinaw City, showing you on today's show exactly what it's like. We're here with Captain Steve Hubert, his dad Richard. We're showing you what it's like as a visitor to come to the Straits and have an enjoyable trip like so many millions of people do every year, but to be able to incorporate fishing, a half a day of fishing with a charter. Yep, half a day of fishing. You see it right there behind the boat, a nice big clean Lake Huron Laker, and I'm not making much of an advance on him right now, but guys, this is something that people don't do at all. They don't come here thinking this, Steve, this is a port where you can just bang on fish for 4 hours.
Till your arms get sore.
Exactly. So we're gonna show you that today, maybe nothing better. And we'll show you right now, Captain Steve will show you. That is just normal Lake Huron, boys.
Got a nice orange color to him. Looks like a natural fish. He's got all his fins, so
Yeah.
that's a Mackinaw.
Hey, stay tuned for more here on Fisherman's Digest with Captain Steve Hubert, Chum Bucket Charters, the northeast part of Michigan, from Alpena all the way to the port of Mackinaw City. We're here to catch fish, and we're here to show you how to do it and hook you up with the best charters in the area. Stay tuned.
Looks like a nicer fish too.
Yeah, it sure does. So while Steve reels this in, one of the things that we're talking about on today's show, Steve is the owner of, Steve Hubert, owner of Chum Bucket Charters, is taking people out on this northeast side of Michigan. You know, it is the most undiscovered part of Michigan's Great Lakes when it comes to success rate for charter fishermen. This is an awesome place to come. Now, like we said earlier, we launched out of Mackinaw City, and we're just here trolling the Boblo Island edge just outside of Mackinaw City. And what you're about to see Steve catch is what you can expect when you go out on Mackinaw City-based charters or Steve's charter. He runs typically out of Presque Isle and all the way up to the Mackinaw City area, down to Alpena. But these fish are feisty, these fish are fun, and again, a lot of people come to this community and they totally are surrounded by water, but they don't always remember that one of the best things you can do with your family is to get out on that water with Steve or another local charter to enjoy a great day here out of Mackinaw City. I'm gonna get the net.
Dreamweaver super slim.
Super slim but Dreamweaver.
So,
Yep. Work it on.
it's another beautiful fish.
Oh, sure is.
It's the primary fish on this Lake Huron. It's a lake trout. We get a lot of different species, but they plant so many of these out here. It's your primary catch is the lake trout.
And that looks like another natural reproduction.
Yeah, he's got all his fins. Looks like a twin to the one we already got in there.
Them are beautiful fish. Mackinaw City. That's something a lot of people think about when they come here.
Come to visit
is the fishing.
The Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by offshore tackle, leaders in trolling technology. Traxstech, the ultimate fishing system. And Garmin.
Another really nice fish.
Come around.
This is a really nice fish. This might be the biggest one of the day. Look at the size of this.
It's on the main line.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at the colors on that. Unbelievable. I mean, seriously, Steve, these people come to Mackinaw City thinking what all the other fun things to do. Mackinaw City
Lake
Lakers.
Huron action.
These right here are waiting for you right there at the state dock in Mackinaw City, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, it's been a good morning. And our good spot's up ahead of us. We made a quick U-turn. We have to go back to our lucky cabin.
Structure fishing, so if you find something holding fish, you want to stay on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what I can't believe is this beautiful trough between the shoreline that runs between Sheboygan and Mack City and Boblo Island. It doesn't matter if the wind's coming out of the east or the west, you've got a nice protected area here to fish.
It's a nice channel. Every direction you look, there's some land, so you usually don't have that rough of waves.
And we've got another not so little fish. That's the thing, excuse me, that's been impressive here is the quality, the size of the fish here. I mean, we're May 2, just really early. Mackinaw City's just turning on for tourism. This is just that time of the year where you get a ton of people headed across the bridge going to start opening up their cottages and their cabins in the UP. And you get the early traveler, and I'm telling you what, guys, seriously, you got to get a hold of Steve. Well, there's people around that can take you out, but Steve knows this northeast corner like nobody's business. He's been fishing this Alpena to Mack City for what, a decade now as a guide, right?
Yeah.
And it's been awesome. And every time I've gone in the boat with Steve, whether he's gone in my boat or I've gone in his boat, stupidity. And talk to everybody about the fish quality, the eating quality. We've talked about this in every show, but these northeast Michigan Huron fish, what makes them different?
I believe it's just their diet. 90% of their diet is goby based, so ever since they've been eating those gobies, they don't seem to be real super fatty and very, very mild flavored. So you can compare them straight on the grill with a salmon. I've done the Atlantic salmon, the king salmon side by side on the grill, and you got the quality. And I think we just got a hit there, but the quality of the lake trout. People actually prefer the lake trout over. A lot of my clients will prefer it over the salmon.
Right, and I saw you've got on your website, you've got recipes for smoking and brining. You've got recipes for an unusual one, which is boiling them in 7-Up too, right, Steve?
I call it poor man's lobster way. If anybody's had it, it's just amazing. It's still seafood dipped in a garlic butter.
Oh.
So you boil it in 7-Up and salt, and it's just amazing. Boneless, skinless, little cubes of meat.
And the kids, the kids will eat that. If you had a bowl of it and you just drizzled that butter over it, and then, with no bones and just pure little chunks of meat and really soft and flavorful. But
I can bone them out, for doing that. Just cut the little pin bones out.
Right.
And I've made so many believers with that recipe. People that absolutely do not like fish, they go bonkers over the boiled in 7-Up.
And that's really, again, and we've talked about this again, but the whole what we're trying to do here is expose new things to do in the outdoors. We're post-coronavirus, and the outdoors is going to be the thing to do. I mean, for family trips, little family vacations, 2, 3, 4-day excursions up to the northern Michigan, to the UP. And when you come through Mackinaw, so many times you're not thinking fishing, but this is seriously, just because of its proximity to this northeast corner in that Straits area, it's seriously got such good fishing. You almost got to really put it on your list of things to do when you come to Mackinaw City.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that it's with all the great scenery. You got another fish here.
Go ahead and take him,
With all the
Steve.
great scenery here, you got great fishing and you got all the scenery.
Oh, you got another good one.
Yeah, it's a nice fish.
And our editor Chase will show you we got a beautiful lake trout on the surface back here, and it's just, we're doubled up. We're completely sheltered from the wind. Look at that beautiful fish. This is Steve's dad, Richard. He joins us with a lot of the shows because, frankly, Putty knows what he's doing in a boat. And that's always a good thing. Look at the size of this trout, guys.
Orange leopard, super slim there. John.
We'll show you these Dreamweaver Super Slims we've been catching these fish with. That's kind of a orange one. This is an orange leopard, it's called. Get a good look at that, and you can see how chewed up that is. And I'll pop it out of here and show you another awesome fish from right here.
An 8-pounder.
Oh, so healthy. If you take a look in this live well, you'll know why people come to Mackinaw City to go fishing. This is totally unfeatured. Wow. We've been feeding them Dreamweaver Super Slims all morning, and we're about to feed them a great big net. I just love how beautiful these fish are from this region of the lake. I mean, they are. They're gold, and they got those orange fins, and I won't stab for this one like I did the last one, but
Definitely.
oh, what a fish. So what we got here for our Garmin, and why was it so critical today? Well, we got 2 units. We just got our smaller 7-inch 7607 that we're using just for fish marking. And then we've got a great big 16-inch unit up here that we're using for our plot trail. And you can see these contour lines are all over the place. And you can also see our plot path right there of where we've been catching the fish. The critical thing that we figured out today was that the fish were holding between 38 and 42 feet. Literally, when you were outside 42, even just as little as being at 44 or 45, you just didn't catch that many fish. Now you hear the fish are flying right now, the drag's rolling, and look, as a matter of point to what we're talking about, 42.4 feet. When we are in 42 to 38 feet, we are catching fish. And when we're not, we're not. It's that simple. So having a really accurate chart to be able to fish off of and paying attention to detail is super important. Even when you're open water fishing for lake trout, salmon, silverfish, you will still find them in zones, especially early in the season. We're here in May. That first month of the season, the fish can be super depth orientated. And so once you find that critical band of depth, today 38 to 42 feet, that's where you have to keep your boat if you want to maximize on fish catching. Hey, we're here today, and we're about 8-10 fish into the day, and we wanted to talk to you about spoon fishing. Now, Steve, you primarily fish for lakers this time of year with spoons, correct?
Yes.
And what Steve's got laid out is some of his favorites. Now, take us through this. What are these Dreamweaver Super Slim, Steve?
Yeah, I primarily run on all my coppers and my high divers. I'll run these Super Slims. The fish are feeding on smelt and gobies.
Yep.
The slimmer profile seems to pull more fish.
Yep. And this double orange crush has been one of the hotter baits.
Yeah, double orange crush, mixed veggies is always really good. And a lot of days, when a cloudier day, I seem to do really well on the
On this, yeah, we forget the name. One of the keys today has been gold back, right? Gold.
It depends on the day. Yep.
Sure, but
And
today has been...
Definitely, they look like they're preferring the gold blanks today, but on other days, they'll prefer the silver. So you just gotta, I throw a mixture of everything out every day and just kind of let the fish talk to you.
And I wanted to show you this because this is kind of a cool little thing that Steve's done. He's taken a regular 5-gallon pail and he's just drilled little holes in this top lip. And as you can see, it's a great way to store these baits where you can see them, but because of the barb, even when they're running, they don't come popping out of here. They stay nicely right in here.
Yeah, it's not exposed.
Yeah, you're not going to hook anybody.
It's what I call the hot bucket. So all your hot baits you can throw in there, keep them out of the way until you go out the next day or whatever.
Correct.
You got quick access.
And this gives you about 25, 30 baits to choose from. And to be honest, that's probably enough. I mean, if a guy's got 12 different colors and a couple, 2, 3 of each of that, he can cover the spectrum. So get out, get down to your local tackle store, check out the Dreamweaver Super Slim line. Steve's been using it. I've been using it for shoreline fishing, and it's early, so although this isn't beach trolling, we are in what, 40, 45 feet of water?
40.
Exactly. So the Super Slim is a great early season bait for Lakers, coho, steelhead, juvenile kings, you name it. The Super Slim is a great early season bait. Check it out.
The Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Strike King Lures. Tie one on. Lose. Feel the difference. And WavePro. Best ride on the water.
We just changed up, hoping with the sunshine we could coax a bigger fish on this big Dreamweaver. We put a big gold mag one on. And, oh yeah.
He's there.
Oh, he's there. He's going the other way.
It just looked fishy. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yellowtail on a gold blank.
Right, a gold blank. Oh, nice fish. 10 mile an hour and cloudy and spit and rain this morning, and now the sun has opened up and the Mackinaw Bridge is back there over our shoulder. We're up here just crushing nice fish. Look at that beauty. In fact, that fish might not make it to midnight because I might eat him the minute I get home. Oh yeah. That right there is a perfect eating size. Hey, you know, coming out here today to Mackinaw City and fishing with my buddy Steve Hubert from Chumbucket was really enjoyable, and I'll tell you why. I've been, like many of you, on the water here out of Mackinaw City, on the ferries, headed over to Mackinac Island, you know, taking the tour ships around the area. I've done all that. But what I had never done was gone out for a half a day actually charter fishing and experiencing an unbelievable fishing that is right here. I mean, we all stand on these piers like we are today, and we drive over the Mackinac Bridge, and we go to all of these tour boats and on the ferries, and we see all this water, and it is chock full of fish. And I've been missing this experience when I come and visit Mackinaw City. I think it's something that everybody needs to pause and do. Check out the local charter boats, check out a half a day adventure out on the waters that surround the Mackinaw City area and the greater Straits of Mackinac, and enjoy fishing here in northern Lake Huron. You know, one of the things that makes this a little bit unique from a lot of other places around the Great Lakes is the high percentage of natural reproduction Mackinaw strain trout. These are, as you saw today, some of the most beautiful trout that are out there in the water, and there is just such a high population. 7 or 8 out of every 10 we caught over the last, that Steve told me he's caught over the last few trips, has been natural reproduction fish, which really speaks well to the fishery here in the Greater Straits area. And it also just adds to the experience as an angler, because the coloration on those natural strain trout is so much more bright and pronounced than on the stocked fish. And it just makes catching those fish, netting them, putting them in the live well, knowing that you're going to be enjoying a great meal out of these fresh Lake Huron trout. And that it just makes the whole experience that much better. You know, one of the things that really sets the Mackinaw City region apart is the incredible history around this particular town. You know, millions of people pass through Mackinaw City on their way over the Mackinaw Bridge. They stop for a day, sometimes even two, to experience this town and all of the cool, fun stuff that is here in Mackinaw City. From the fort to the base of the bridge, to the right behind me you see the Coast Guard cutter, the Icebreaker Museum, and all of the other cool events and things that go on here right on this side of the bridge on the lower peninsula side. But you know, one of the things that really has always stood out to me is the sheer beauty of this particular area. Whether you're at the park, right on the lake shore at the base of the bridge, whether you're at the fort, whether you're on one of these great tours or you're experiencing the Mackinaw Bridge Walk or another great event that occurs here out of Mackinaw City, just remember that this amazing water that's all around you is filled with history, it's filled with enjoyment, and as you saw today, it's filled with fish. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here at the Mackinaw City, here in the Straits of Mackinac. We got Captain Steve. Thanks again to Steve and his dad Rich for helping us bang some awesome northern Lake Huron lake trout. We'll see you again next week here on Fisherman's Digest.
Closed captioning brought to you by WavePro. Best ride on the water online at waveproshock.com.